Welcome to Must See Movies Comedy Edition. I'm Rebecca LeBlanc, and our first review is for the movie School of Rock. Let's first watch the trailer.
If he doesn't come up with the rent by the end of the week, he's out of here.
You wake me up for that? Come on!
Dewey Finn would have sold his soul for rock and roll, but nobody was buying.
You're an embarrassment. You're out.
Maybe it's time to give up those dreams.
Don't you miss rocking out? You're not a teacher, Ned. You're the cross-dressing incubus from Maggot Death.
Dewey, I'm not a satanic sex god anymore. I'm a sub, and soon I'll be a certified teacher.
Is this Mr. Schneebly?
I'm the principal here at Horace Green Prep, and we need somebody to start immediately.
So how much are we talking here?
$6.50 a week.
Hello, this is Ned Schneebly.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce Miss Dunham's substitute. This is Mr. Schneebly.
All right, look, I've got a hangover. Who knows what that means?
Doesn't that mean you're drunk?
No. It means I was drunk yesterday.
Now, at the most prestigious prep school in the country,
Yes, Tinkerbell.
That poster charts everyone's performance.
where the students are rewarded for following the rules,
What kind of a sick school is this?
he's going to teach them a lesson
There will be no gold stars or demerits.
that will rock their world.
It's called Rock Band.
Is this a school project?
It will go on your permanent record. Hello, Harvard, yo. You, what's your name?
Zach.
You ever play electric guitar?
My dad won't let me.
Zach, do not walk away from me when I'm talking to you.
What makes you mad more than anything in the world?
No allowance. Chores. Bullies.
All you bullies get out of my way, cause I am really ticked off!
Mr. Schneebly, just wanted to say, that was a really cool lesson today.
Oh, thanks, dude.
All they wanted was an education.
They're gonna laugh at me.
You have an incredible singing voice. People are gonna dig you, I swear.
Okay.
What they got
Clear.
was a revolution.
I've just been informed that all of your children are missing.
And if you wanna be a teacher,
Jack Black, the School of Rock.
It will test your head and your mind and your brain.
Reviewing our first film with me today is Irish Noel from LaSalle College. So Irish, what did you think of the film?
I really enjoyed watching this film. Going into watching films, I have a lot of expectations, and I felt like this movie exceeded my expectations.
That's always good to get from a movie. And for those of us who haven't seen this classic, what would you say that this is about?
So the main character, Dewey, who's played by Jack Black, gets kicked out of his band. He's a guitarist, and he scrapes by trying to find money, trying to find a job. And then one day he gets a call from this school, and he starts impersonating his best friend to become a substitute teacher to land the job. And typically when a sub comes in, you would expect them to teach math or English, maybe history, but Jack Black instead, or Dewey, teaches them how to play instruments. He teaches them about rock legends and everything about music that they need to know.
And how would you describe Dewey as a character?
I would definitely say he's one of those characters that people would think is lazy at first, but when you look at the underlying skin of him, you can definitely see that he doesn't conform to anything. He really pushes for his passions, and he's determined to do what he loves.
And alongside with being a comical figure.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So what is a struggle, I guess, that he faces in this movie?
Well, since he's substituting at an elite private school, the school is expecting him to teach mathematics and English, anything to help the students in their education, but really he's teaching them about music and how to play instruments. So you can see throughout the movie that they're sneaking around, that he's trying to cover up what he's actually teaching them so that it's not revealed.
Right. And do the students like him as a teacher, like what he's doing, or?
At first, they were really reluctant and didn't want to give into it. They thought that what they were doing was wrong, but over time, they started to build that passion and love for music that he also has, and they were able to build connections and relationships because of the music.
That's really nice. And so they ended up forming a bond that I guess is a great student-teacher bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great to see. And so what did you rate this film?
I rated this film a 10, and usually I wouldn't rate a film 10 because I have such high expectations, but like I said, they exceeded my expectations.
Right, and it was overall a very funny movie.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree. I rated it a 10 too. I watched this when I was younger, and I honestly think it's a classic, and I haven't been able to get it out of my head since.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Irish, for sticking with me today, and thank you guys for joining me, and we'll be back with more right after this. Do you want to make a positive change in your community? Do Something is an organization that motivates young people to help their community and provides scholarships for outstanding achievement. It provides a range of platforms and services that encourage social activism and give people a way to voice their opinions as individuals. From a service that delivers a bag of daily essentials to local homeless shelters, to platforms for voices to be heard and to join a social activist movement of your choice, Do Something is a leading promoter of social change. So to get involved in your community, please call 212-254-2390, email help@dosomething.org, or visit our website. Let's get together and do something. Founded in 1893, Cotting School started as a place for kids with special needs who require an alternative way of learning. Now over 125 years old, we are known as the premier school for children ages 3 to 22 with moderate to severe disabilities. Therapies are integrated into classroom instructions to ensure your child is receiving the best hands-on care. Groundbreaking programs from devices for communication to our very own sports teams. No school can compete. Please do not hesitate to contact us, and we'd be happy to show you around and stop by and check out one of our many events. If you'd like to have the best possible education for your child, look no further than Cotting. Or you can ask about our many alumni in the Boston area. Once a Falcon, always a Falcon. On 47 West Street in Boston, Bridge Over Troubled Waters has spent nearly 50 years helping homeless youth. This organization was founded in the late 1960s by the Sisters of St. Joseph. This organization is dedicated to transforming the lives of youth through promoting safe, supportive, and encouraging relationships. Clinical counselors are trained and experienced in working with troubled youth, using methods that help with trauma and promote positive youth development. The education and career development staff helps youth get alternative high school degrees on their time. You can reach BOTW's 24-hour runaway hotline by calling 1-800-RUNAWAY or call 617-423-9575 for more information. You can also learn more or make a donation by visiting their website at www.bridgeotw.org. Welcome back to Must See Movies Comedy Edition. I'm Rebecca LeBlanc, and our second review is for the movie The Hangover. Let's first watch the trailer.
If you want to go to Vegas without me, that is totally cool.
What are you talking about?
Well, you know, Phil and Stu, they're your buddies, and it's your bachelor party.
And those two love you.
Boys and their bachelor parties, it's gross.
It is gross.
I just wish your friends were as mature as you.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Paging Dr. Douchebag.
So live your life.
Now this is Vegas.
Do a night we'll never forget. What happened last night?
Am I missing a tooth?
Oh.
Whose baby is that?
Check its collar or something.
I looked everywhere. Nobody's seen Doug. I don't think I've ever been this hungover.
What's on your arm? You were in the hospital last night.
The only important thing now is that we find Doug.
Where's your car, officers?
Oh, God.
I think it was just you guys and one other guy.
Was he okay?
He was fine. Just whacked out of his mind.
Oh, we were messed up.
Is there anything you can tell us about what may have happened last night?
Congratulations, dude. You got married.
He is wearing my grandmother's Holocaust ring.
I didn't know they give out rings at the Holocaust.
These gentlemen volunteered to demonstrate how a stun gun is used to subdue a suspect.
Wait a second, what? Stop! In the face! In the face!
Sure you're qualified to be taking care of that baby.
Oh my God.
We're getting married
In 5 hours.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. What is going on? Mike Tyson?
This is my favorite part coming up right now.
He still got it.
My guest for our second film review is Jillian Flores from LaSalle College. So Jillian, what are your initial thoughts on this movie?
So The Hangover is definitely a great feel-good comedy. There's a lot of crazy, outrageous things that happen throughout the whole movie that you're honestly never bored. Like, there's just so many events that put this movie together that are so absurd and so crazy. It's just overall a really great, funny movie.
So what's the basic plot of this film?
So basically, 4 best friends, they're going to a bachelor party in Vegas, and so the guy who's getting married gets lost and after their wild night out, and so the 3 remaining guys are basically, they go on this crazy adventure trying to figure out what had happened the night before and where their friend was. And so they just get themselves into a whole bunch of mess and just a whole lot of crazy stuff, and they do end up finding him later on, and they get to the wedding, and it's all good. But basically the whole movie is about the finding and like the struggle of trying to get to where he is.
The wild adventure type.
Yeah. So
definitely. So what do you think is one of the most comical scenes in the movie, since this is a comedy?
There's so many of them, but I love when Stu finds out that he got married the night before. He got married to a random woman, and he gave her his grandmother's ring. And I just think that was such a great twist to it because of his character. He was like a stickler, very stern, and he played by the rules all the time. So I think him being the one to go out and do something crazy like that, coming back and having to realize all the craziness that happened, I just think that was so good. So
Definitely adds a twist to the movie. So who's a character you resonate with?
I definitely have to say Alan, because he is just so crazy and absurd. And I love the ridiculousness of his character overall, and he's a very lovable person. So I definitely feel like I could resonate with him.
And so what did you give this film for a rating?
I gave it an 8.
And why?
I just think it was a very basic plot, but I mean, most of the story is about friendship, so I think that was good. There was a lot of great elements to it, but yeah.
Well, Jillian, thank you so much for stopping by and reviewing this film. It was nice to have you on the show. Stay right here. We've got one more review you don't want to miss. Each year, over 7.5 million animals enter shelters nationwide, hoping for a forever home. Sadly, 1.5 million sheltered animals end up euthanized. Animals just like this suffer from neglect or abuse before reaching the safety of the shelter. It's terrible to imagine a pet being mistreated or homeless, but that's the reality of life for millions of animals. It is the mission of the ASPCA to put a stop to animal cruelty. We want to end their suffering, but we need your help to do it. When you visit our website and join our mission to put a stop to animal cruelty, you will receive a free ASPCA calendar. With your help, we can protect animals from needless suffering. When you join our cause, you are helping by providing food and shelter to the animals that have been mistreated. Be their voice and say no to animal cruelty today. The Franklin Park Coalition is a nonprofit organization attempting to keep Franklin Park beautiful. We are trying to involve the community to work, play, and engage in our many activities, such as the Turkey Trot, the largest Thanksgiving Day race in Boston. All ages and all paces are welcome to join. We have a goal to help raise $5,000 in order to support the restoration work performed by Franklin Park Coalition year-round. Volunteer today at franklinparkcoalition.org and help us keep the park strong, vibrant, and clean. Large and small groups are welcome to help us work on the park. Any and all help with conservation work is appreciated. Donations can be made on our website. Stay in touch with us on Twitter and Instagram. We dedicate our time to help protect the beauty of Franklin Park, and we need your help too. Every tree counts. Have you ever wondered where your next meal was coming from? Needed a soup for an interview but couldn't afford it? The Needham Community Council's mission supports people in Needham who have undermet health, educational, or social needs. They go above and beyond to provide food donations, transportation, tutoring, and more. By donating canned vegetables, spaghetti, peanut butter, and any other non-perishable items, you could help feed a hungry neighbor. Looking to get rid of unwanted clothes? The NCC will gladly take them off your hands. With the help of the NCC's thrift shop, families are able to add to their wardrobes. These are only a couple of the services provided by the Needham community to the NCC. From events to volunteer opportunities, there's plenty of ways to get involved. With help from the community, the NCC is able to serve over 200 Needham households a month. If you're looking to donate or lend a hand, visit www.needhamcommunitycouncil.org. You're watching Must See Movies Comedy Edition. I'm Rebecca LeBlanc, and our third review is for the movie Kingsman. Let's first watch the trailer.
Huge IQ, great performance at school, but you gave up. Drugs, petty crime, never had a job. It set you on a certain path, but you needn't stay on it.
Who are you? The man who got you released.
I've never met a tailor before, but I know you ain't one.
Come with me. What do you see? I see a young man with potential. Pull the hook on your left.
Oh, yes. Very nice. What does this do? Electrocute you?
Don't be ridiculous. It's a hand grenade.
Shut up. That is sick.
We are an independent international intelligence agency operating at the highest level of discretion. The Kingsman agents are the new knights.
You are about to embark on the most dangerous job interview in the world.
Felt sorry for the boy, did you? He will find this humiliating. He's as much Kingsman material as any of them.
We're here to enhance your skills. Test you to the limit. You need to solve problems under pressure. Like what to do when one of your group has no parachute.
Interested? Manners maketh man.
I have trouble understanding you people sometimes. You all talk so funny.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And what about them? What makes them so special?
Put it back.
Film with me today is Nick DeSimone from LaSalle College. So Nick, tell us some thoughts on this movie and why you think it's a comedy movie.
Well, I could tell that by its first look at the trailer, you can think that it's just a really crazy beat 'em up action movie. But the over-the-top level of the action, and as well as some of the tongue-in-cheek dialogue and British humor, really make this movie stand out as a comedy more than anything else, even though it does have those aspects of an action movie.
Right, I can see how you would call that comedy. So for those of us who don't know about the Kingsman franchise, what would you explain it as?
So Kingsman is technically a comic book movie. It was recently picked up as a Marvel Studios property, and as soon as the comic was made, pretty much right after, they made it into a film adaptation. So I was kind of nervous about this because I thought it might have been a cash grab, but it turned out to be very true to the comic book lore and stuff, and actually heavily involved the writers of the comic books to make sure that the story stayed intact.
Well, that's great. So compared to other Marvel movies, how is this different?
Well, in most Marvel movies, you'll see, crazy rich people with, suits of armor, or you'll see people with superpowers, stuff that just can't be explained. This is about teaching, real people how to do incredible things and taking this basic, stereotypical, British kid and teaching him how to do things that, only secret agents and, people that some of the Avengers couldn't do, some of the stuff that they do, basically,
And so who are some of the big names in this film, and how do they portray their roles?
Taron Egerton plays the protagonist, Eggsy. He does really well. He's kind of a new face, though. Some more familiar ones are people like Colin Firth, who's another great British actor. Sir Michael Caine, and Samuel L. Jackson even plays the main antagonist, who's he does really great in his role there, too.
And so who's your favorite character of the film?
I think that it'd be a toss-up between the protagonist and the antagonist, Eggsy, and Samuel L. Jackson's character. Eggsy, because he's more relatable, he's a kid that was kind of down on his luck and came to be something really great. And the antagonist, just because he's just so fun to just watch him go about his antics as just the crazy big bad guy, is Samuel L. Jackson.
And so what do you rate this film?
I would give it a 9 out of 10. I think that it really hit everything on the head, besides maybe a little bit of the dialogue was a little bit too cliche and comic booky, but otherwise it was great.
And I definitely gave it an 8. I wasn't really aware of what it was before, and ever since I watched it, I thought it was a great film. So I can definitely agree with you. But thank you so much, Nick, for staying and being my co-host.
Of course, my pleasure.
And stick around for the next time, because we will have another show coming. The Trevor Project is the leading national organization providing crisis intervention and suicide prevention service to the LGBTQ youth. With suicide rates in the LGBTQ youth on the rise, it is important to provide them with the resources to turn to in a time of need. The Trevor Project provides a 24/7 text and call line where LGBTQ youth can get in touch with a trained counselor who is available to talk and guide them for no charge. The main goals of the Trevor Project are to provide crisis service, life-affirming resources, LGBTQ education and support, to ensure a safer future for LGBTQ youth. If you or someone you love is currently struggling, please reach out. To help, go to the Trevor Project's website in order to learn how you can become a volunteer or donate at this website below. With your help, we can grow to build a safer world for the members of the LGBTQ community. Every child, no matter the shape or size, color or hair, whether they are rich or poor, deserves their needs met. Baby Basics Inc. is a nonprofit, 100% volunteer organization that provides and distributes diapers. We believe by providing these babies with hygiene essentials that we will then be able to maximize their potential development. Founded in 1997, we have been able to provide families with over 2 million diapers to thousands of babies. With our sponsors and partners such as WIC and the Congregational Church of Needham, we can distribute, store, and receive referrals in communities throughout South Boston, Dedham, and Needham. At Baby Basics, our goal is to provide as many families as possible with diapers and kindness across the country. Visit the website on the screen or call us at 617-305-3899 if you would like to donate or volunteer. Oh, hi. Did you know the YWCA is proud to serve over 2 million Americans in over 200 cities in the U.S. and over 25 million individuals worldwide. Our mission is to eliminate racism, empower women, and to promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. Our services vary by location, but we use everything at our disposal to meet the needs of our communities. The YWCA is the largest provider of domestic violence services in the U.S., providing services like emergency shelters to crisis hotlines. We also provide women's health and wellness programs that are open to the community. Since the 1800s, the YWCA has provided support for minorities and aided in racial justice. We seek to help women and their families in any way possible, whether it be protecting a victim of domestic abuse, providing a safe place, or just giving your kids a place to stay after school. The YWCA, empowering women, eliminating racism.